Well, hello and welcome to Old People This Week. My name is Jeff, better known as El Jefe. Dude there in the striped shirt, that's Mike, who's a very famous entrepreneur by day and at night a prima ballerina.
Absolutely.
Look at the tights. And the other guy there, that's Paul, of course, who spends his day walking up and down the beach with his huskies.
Yeah.
But he has a side gig as a lion tamer.
Crack that
whip. All right, we are your hosts. Old People This Week is a podcast for baby boomers, but if you're not a boomer, you should stick around. You'll learn something. Are you guys ready? Because there's a lot to talk about today.
There you go.
Serious rundown here today.
So, for those of you who watch this podcast, the almost 7,000 subscribers we have, our big story is not necessarily the big story of the day in the regular news.
Yeah.
Our big story today is this is crazy. On September 3rd, 2025, a neighbor notices an intruder entering the crawl space of a townhouse next to where they live in the city of Happy Valley, Oregon, and they call police. So the regular people looking out of their townhouse, they see some stranger crawling into the crawl space of their neighbor's townhouse. They go, "What the hell is that?" And they call the cops.
Get your
So
attention.
the cops show up. The officers used a tool to breach the crawl space door inside there and discovered, in quote, an elaborate living space complete with lights, a kitchen, and a gaming area. So,
Brother.
first of all, this has to be one pretty big, good size crawl space. I showing a picture of it here. You can see what it looks like.
Yeah, look at that.
Roomy.
Yeah, so the guy gets in there and he sets up camp in there, and he's there for, it looks like he's in there for years.
Yeah,
He
months.
says,
Yeah.
he said, according to the district attorney's official press release, the makeshift home had a network of power cords that connected to the residents' electrical service.
Smart.
So somehow he get this whatever you call squatter that got into this crawl space,
Yeah.
ran electrical lines down, or some, I don't know how he did it, frankly, but he got access to their electricity and powered up himself. So he had a TV. He had multiple TVs in there. They said he probably had cable. You ordered cable.
Yeah. Well, my question is, if first of all, he was in there for weeks or months, but if he's cooking in there, wouldn't they have smelled some food or something coming from the basement or the crawl space?
I guess if you live on Pop-Tarts, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he was living on Pop-Tarts. He's probably down there cooking up with everything.
Meth.
Gourmet
Yeah.
cooking. Meth, for sure, yeah. Under the cover of darkness, the dude snuck into the crawl space of the family's home, moved in his belongings, including multiple televisions, gaming consoles, cooking burners. He even strung string lights and racked up a significant electrical bill while the family that lived above them, which was a husband, a wife, and a child,
Kid, yeah.
unknowingly footed the bill.
They probably wondered what that U-Haul truck parked out in front of their house was, and the guy kept unloading stuff.
Yeah, here, look at it. Wonder who their new neighbor is.
Multiple TVs. You're not riding up on a bicycle with that shit.
No, that's true. And they also found a sword, multiple knives, and a pipe containing methamphetamine residue.
What a surprise.
Oh, man. Anyways, his name was Benjamin Bakur. He's 41 years old, that dude who did this. And so now he's got a regular residence at the jail. I'm a nice guy, and I'm willing to take the heat from you two about pictures of me, or I'm not stuck up and aloof like you two. So here's a picture of me when I went to the prom in the 70s. Handsome devil, William, aren't I?
No.
Well, let me tell you the story behind this thing.
That looks right out of the Sears catalog.
Now, my question is, why would you have even kept that picture?
So first of all,
frightening.
this all started, the reason I bring this up is I have a son who's went to a wedding this past weekend. And he called me up like midweek last week and said, "Dad," he goes, "what's black tie mean?" And I thought,
Really?
before I berated him and went crazy, I realized that he's Gen Z, and they don't know anything anyways. And he didn't really know what black tie meant.
Really?
Mike, explain what black tie means.
Well, it's tuxedo or black jacket,
Yeah.
tie, bow tie, or a black tie.
It's formal.
And a white shirt. It's formal wear.
Formal. So I said that to him. I go, it's formal wear. If you're going to, this guy saying by putting that in the invitation to his wedding, or it was her family put it in the invitation that the men are supposed to dress up in a tux or some formal looking way.
Yeah.
And it turned out over the weekend, I heard from him. He sent a picture. He actually went and rented a tux, and it didn't look like the tux per se. Like I showed that picture of mine. You know, it didn't have the big stupid bow tie and all that, ruffles and everything. It just was a nice suit with a black tie. And so I said, I'm going to show you to my son, and then I'm going to show to the audience here this picture of me taken mid-70s when I went to the prom. Now, you ask questions. You guys are going to want to goof on me. First of all, I didn't nothing. I was from backwoods, Ohio. I was a hay seat. I didn't know anything. And so when I told my mom I had to rent a tux, and she did, but my mom didn't know it from nothing. We end up at some tux shop somewhere, and I pick out this brown tux.
Yeah. Brown tie. I've never heard of brown tie before.
But the brown tux. By the way, of the fools that went to this prom that I went to, I was the only one in brown.
No kidding.
Yeah. Now, first of all, I haven't even go back a step. At my school, I was not going to go to the prom. I was too stupid, too afraid, and I was not going to the prom. The home ec department teacher called, like a week before the prom, calls about 8 boys into her office, all senior boys, me being one of them.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, you told us a story. Yeah, that's
long
cool.
Time ago.
Yeah.
We go into her office. Her name was, what was her name? I can't remember her name. But anyways, she brings us into her office, and we were, all 8 of us were not going to the prom.
Okay.
And she looked at every one of us with the sternest look possible. She goes, you guys are going to the prom. She goes, and here's who you're going with.
Oh, wow.
And they were like 8 girls who had not been asked to the prom. So the 8 of us were assigned girls to go to the prom with. That poor, unfortunate woman there in that picture with me, her name is Sandy. I'm not going to say her last name. Sandy, and the last name began with a C. Sweet, nice, young woman.
She was cute. I mean,
she had put their hair up there in that beehive. She found that dress somewhere that covered herself all the way down to her wrists, if you've noticed.
She was Amish. It must have been an Amish
There
girl.
was not an inch of her that wasn't uncovered. And she and I went to the prom, and we made it through, and it was it was embarrassing and stupid, but we were I'm from a class in the backwoods of Ohio, and everybody there looked stupid and didn't know what to do. But that's the picture from that night.
But you took home ec, right?
No, I didn't take home ec. I probably was too stupid for home ec.
Well, so how did the teacher take it upon herself to call you in?
Because she just figured it out. She just knew who the 8 boy and senior boys. Well, it started off, according to her name was Nancy. I won't say her last name either, but Nancy knew who the girls were who hadn't been invited to the prom.
Oh, okay.
So she found out by asking around who were some of the senior boys who weren't going to go to the prom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she called us in.
Got it.
It was funny. A sad epilogue of this story. Sandy was the first of our classmates to pass away.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Yeah. She had a brain aneurysm about 10 years after that. She was still young. She was still in her late 20s or something like that.
Wow.
And she passed away. But we were friends all the way through, and she was a nice person. Anyways. Okay. I figure once you've recovered from that, seeing that picture. That hair, by the way, you talk about a swooping hair. I'll show you some other old pictures of me from that.
Yeah, you're like an Brill cream commercial.
Oh, who knows, but I had slicking that hair down.
Yeah, what's left now looks kind of like a nuclear disaster. Just like survivor.
I wonder if that Jeff that night, if somebody handed me a picture of this Jeff, I probably would have run screaming.
Yeah.
Around.
Here's what you have to look forward to.
Here's what you have to look forward to. Oh, man. All right. Let's say you live in Atlanta, Georgia, and you finally saved up
Do
enough
I
money.
have to?
Yeah, you have to live in Atlanta, and you've saved up enough cash to put a down payment on a house. You spend and scrape and save up bucks, and you find a cute little house on a cul-de-sac. And if you're dumb enough not to know what a cul-de-sac is, it's a circle
don't
that's
ask.
basically a street that has a loop at the end. It doesn't go anywhere. You go down to the end, and you can turn around and come back out the same way you went in. And people like cul-de-sacs because it's not a cut-through street, because you're not going to get a bunch of traffic, theoretically. That's why you buy at a street that's a cul-de-sac, so you don't have traffic coming bugging you all the time. The kids can go out and play. Well, sorry, dude. This cul-de-sac down in Atlanta, you're not getting that kind of peace and quiet. You wake up one morning down there, and the first thing you see is a lot of traffic on the street. Then you notice that the cars all look exactly the same, and they're just circling around in the cul-de-sac, like circle around and around. It's a bunch of those dumb Waymos.
Waymo cars.
Waymos. The self-driving cars.
I wonder if any of them had a passenger in it.
Yeah, and you're a passenger. You go, shoot, I'm supposed to be at the airport in 15 minutes. All I've done is go round in this cul-de-sac.
Yeah. Love this neighborhood, but gotta go.
Yeah. I think there was a story a couple of weeks ago about one guy, it may have been LAX, and I think he was caught in like some sort of
He was,
cul-de-sac or something. Yeah.
You see him screaming, trying to get out of the Waymo, to jumping out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did Mike, I remember we did a story about some guy who got stuck in a Waymo and then tried to get to the front seat and tried to stop the thing, and it was just driving all over the place.
Yeah.
I've never been in one. That same son of mine that I was talking about with the black tie earlier, he sent me pictures one night. He went into Los Angeles to visit some friends, and they were at a bar down in Culver City, and they got a Waymo to go up into the regular, in L.A.
Oh, wow.
And he said it freaked him out, but then he didn't care that much.
I put Waymos in the same category as cruise ships.
I'm never going to try one.
I'm never getting in one.
Yeah, I don't know how we've also discussed before. My friend Brian, who's got that Tesla, that self drives, and he gave me a ride out. It was 100-mile drive out of LA to where I had to go to. Yeah. And he, in the middle of the driving it, all of a sudden, Brian takes his hands off the wheel and he turns over and looks at me and he starts talking to me. And the car's barreling down the 10 freeway, and he's like, not looking where he's going.
No, sorry.
All right. So the families that lived in this cul-de-sac were just totally out of their minds. They were like, it's not just excessive and stupid; it's dangerous. They have animals, they have pets, they have kids running around, trying to get the bus in the morning. And they don't want these Waymos all over the place.
Well, I wonder how Waymo sends someone out to capture the cars and redirect them or whatever.
There's a Waymo doing 180s in my front yard. Can you please stop it?
Yeah, it's doing way more than you intended. So
Waymo,
get out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, funny stuff. But this next story is not funny. So, Mike, I need you to stop grinning there. Paul, wipe that smirk off your face. This is a dead serious story. And it happened near Mike and I, where we live.
Yeah, This is terrible.
It was terrible. There's a woman. Her name is Karen Whitaker. She's 79 years old. Did you just hear a dog?
Yeah. It's feeding time. I know.
It sounds like he's feeding on your leg.
No, go on. Sorry.
This is what happens, man. Anybody ever wonders the professionalism, the work that goes into the recording of this podcast now knows.
No, you know.
What are you talking? What are you growling about?
That's not a nice growl.
He's pissed.
Go on.
No.
Can you go on the no.
Don't let me catch you. I'll catch you. I don't like dogs. Sick Truman after you.
Yeah, Truman's perking up in the background.
Truman's like, that was good. What's the name of that filly?
We're all good.
Okay.
Sorry.
So anyways, there's a woman, Karen Whitaker. She's 79 years old. We got to go back to being serious again here. And she's married, and her husband's name's Donald. Okay. So the cops get somebody calls them, says the cops need to get over to their house. They need to do a welfare check. They haven't been able to get in touch with. I think it was family members want to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
So the cops go over to this house, and they find poor old Karen and Donald dead in the house. And their immediate idea was that it was a murder suicide.
Yeah.
So it turns out this story is so twisted.
It's horrible.
Evidently, Karen was being scammed so badly that Donald had had enough of it and killed her.
When he found out the degree to which she'd been sending money and the amount of money it was, it was enough.
So this dude, anyways, Karen, who's now, I also found out that she had slight dementia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she had got on Facebook some time ago, a few months ago, and seen that a person that she knew had passed away. So she sent a note on Facebook to this group that it was on Facebook, commemorating this passing of this friend of theirs. Somebody gets back in touch with her and says that they are Tom Selleck, the actor.
Oh my goodness!
Paul, deal with that dog.
Come on.
They're going outside now.
Oh, there they are. Okay. So so Tom Selleck, this phony Tom Selleck, gets in touch with this woman coming out to the desert where she lived for an event, and I can get you in, and I'll put you in the front row if you send me $80. And she gets all excited. Tom Selleck's coming out. I'm going to be in the front row of this event. She sends $80. Well, that is the beginning of several months of her being scammed and sending money, more money, more money, more money to this phony Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
And finally, so it gets to the point where it's not she's doing it on the QT, but the husband figures it out.
Yeah. And it's tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. And then the family starts figuring it out. And so the family steps in. They have interventions. They're telling her, you can't. This guy is not Tom Selleck. She continues to keep sending money.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where the husband got in touch with Tom Selleck himself.
Yeah.
And Tom Selleck's representative got in touch with Karen, and said, Tom doesn't want your money, doesn't need your money. Don't be sending Tom any money. It's not him. And even so, she kept sneaking around and sending money. So on top of this, there's a disturbance at your house, Paul. I'm going to call 911 there. What's going on back there?
We need a welfare check.
Oh.
Welfare check.
Yeah.
So at any rate, it gets to the point where the husband is so distraught over the money that he's worried. He was actually talking about committing suicide to his friends. But the reason he didn't want to commit suicide is that he said, if I kill myself, my wife is going to spend every penny and give every penny to this phony Selleck, and then the kids won't get any money.
Yeah.
They're grown kids.
Yeah.
So what happens? He gets so he's so out of sorts. He's so upset about this whole thing. It looks like what he did was he came in there and just said, F it, and he offs her and then offs himself.
Yep.
It's a horrible story.
Yeah.
That just shows you then if these scammers are so good at their job that they will get a hook into you and you'll never get out of it.
Yeah, her entire support team was all directly communicating with her, telling her it was a scam, and she just
Wouldn't believe.
couldn't overcome it.
If Christy Brinkley wanted me to send her money, I'll send her money. I'll send her all the money she needs. But if she sends down somebody that's her daughter, she has a daughter named Sailor, by the way. If Christy Brinkley sent Sailor over and said, "Quit sending money to my mom, we don't need you," I think I would get the hint.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
You're so underwater with Christy Brinkley. You'd give her your Porsche. You'd give her whatever she wanted.
Oh man!
The unfortunate part of this whole, circle of these people who do this is they're just on auto dialers, and it's no big deal for them to get hung up on. They just go to the next call. They're dialing 6 calls a minute, and then they get one person. And I think, at least I have, always heard a senior who talks on the phone to someone, and you just stare at them, right? And they're going like, "Why are you talking to this? Hang up. Just hang up." My own mother would, if the phone rang, she'd say, "I don't know what you're calling about. How can I help?" It just, it's that engagement thing.
It was like that lady, that French woman that spent like $1 million they gave away to that phony Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
That was but at least she's alive.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to find out who this scammer was, this phony Tom Selleck, and charge him with murder because he should be killed. And speaking of bad ways to die, that's what's called a segue in show business, you guys.
That was a nice jump cut.
A nice gentle turn. In the last episode, we talked about that German tourist, that guy who had a cobra drop down his pants accidentally from a snake charmer.
Ouch.
Ouch. And of course, he got bit in the crotch and he died. And then we showed you a video of those 2 female tourists sitting there watching a snake charmer. They're sitting way too close.
Yeah.
That cobra is going to go over there and eat your nose off. Well, here's the next one. I'm not going to go into this by any great detail, but I just thought the headline is funny. Woman crushed to death during fight between 2 elephants at controversial tourist attraction in India.
Yeah.
You go to India. Here's what happens. You go to India, and here's the 3 things that happen. 1, you get trampled on or squashed to death by an elephant. 2, you have a cobra jump down your pants. Or 3, you're sitting there at dinner, and over the next table over, the 3 Indian kids practicing their spelling all day.
Don't go. Just don't go.
No.
God.
That's the same thing, though. I mean, it's like, look at those photos of, tourists that go into Yosemite and walk right up to the bison. Remember those photos where they were just
I did it.
pictures?
Well, I didn't do it. I mean, my dad took me and my brother to Yellowstone National Park when we were kids. And there's a big place there called the Yellowstone Lodge, one of those famous, it was 100-year-old. It's still there, gigantic hotel. And we walked out the back door and literally almost walked right into a bison. Big cows, it looked like, with hairy cows. And I ran
no
screaming
sense of
back
humor.
inside. All right, so if it's not bad enough to get bit by a cobra in the crotch or get trampled on by some elephant, here's another way to die that you shouldn't have to die by. 56-year-old woman died overnight by falling into an open manhole.
Yeah.
And stepped out of her vehicle in Midtown Manhattan. It's one of New Yorkers' greatest fears. No kidding.
No kidding. Jesus.
She parked her SUV. Here's a picture at the corner of East 52nd and Fifth Avenue. I know exactly where that's at. She gets out, opens the car door, steps out. Whoa! And next thing you know, she falls down in a manhole.
Gone.
The odds of this happening are just amazed.
She got out. She had an appointment at something called the Cartier Mansion with that sounds Britzy, and stops her car there. You can see the car. I'll show it again. And she just steps out and goodbye, adios, amigo.
Yeah. And worse than that, she gets cooked once she falls into the damn hole. She gets cooked by steam. Dies by
cooked.
Yeah, she did.
Take it out of there flambéed.
God. Oh, horrible.
Oh, horrible. That's horrible. You know what else is horrible?
Let me guess.
Segue.
The
Segue
most horrible 5 minutes on podcasting right now. They'll make an Indian kid stop spelling. It'll make a cobra jump back out of some guy's pants. It's so atrocious. It's Mike giving us the late departures in his famous segment, Via Con Dios.
Via Con Dios. All our subscribers are phoning their friends right now to tune in. This is why we get these great weekly increases. Prepared for the Annals of the Dear Departed.
You can see what's going to be edited out right now. Right there, the last 15 seconds are gone. Move
Better
on.
not be. I know where you live. All right. Starting with the one that got quite a bit of attention the last week or so, Kyle Busch, famous NASCAR driver, 41 years old, 234 wins, died of sepsis from pneumonia, of all things.
Oh, too bad. See you later, Kyle.
Yeah. And then someone you guys probably familiar with, Mark Furman,
Oh, I know.
74s. Yeah. He was the LAPD detective, ultimately disgraced after the O.J. Simpson trial, but he's the one who found the bloody glove.
He found the bloody glove. He put the bloody glove back there.
Yeah, he fabricated it.
Yeah, he put that glove. That Furman, that whole section of that thing was the screwiest part of that whole case. Oh, we found a bloody glove back there behind the little bungalow where that Caitlin was living in.
Yeah.
How did they get back there? How did the bloody glove get in that little crack space? And then it turns out that Furman is over there goofing around.
Yeah.
I didn't trust him.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. The glove didn't
You
fit.
must have quit. Thank you, Jenny Cochran.
Yeah. And then this one was a personal loss for me because I loved her, Claudine Longet, 84 years old, the actress and singer. Most notable because she shot her husband to death, the Olympic skier Spider Savage, in 1976.
Yeah, poor old Spider. Oh, the gun just went off. He was showing me how to load it.
Yeah, it was an accident.
It was an accident. He was showing me how to load the gun. Oh, so gee whiz. Yeah, she got away with something there.
She was great. She was great. And then for you hockey fans, Claude Lemieux, 60 years old, multiple
Montreal
NHL
Canadian
champion. Yeah.
Don't follow that sport. Don't follow dudes driving around a car and around in a circle like that Kyle, whatever his name was, Bush. Don't follow hockey because you can't follow it on TV. It's too fast. And don't watch golf because golfers it's a ridiculously slow sport.
No. It is not.
Yeah.
Let me get you out on the course.
El Jefe.
Let me get you El Jefe, my butt. Okay.
Keep going.
And now...
Just because there's no Ohio State NASCAR team. That's something petty about this.
Yeah.
I still hear noise coming from your back of you, Paul. Something's going on back there.
Just start raining.
It started raining.
Yeah. All right. Now, one closer to your guys' backgrounds here in Hollywood, Marcia Lucas, 80 years old. She was the editor of the original Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Married to George Lucas.
Yeah. Barry the lead. It's George Lucas's wife, for crying out loud.
Yeah, she was the editor of Star Wars.
Yeah.
She just happened to be married to him. And then
She
even
wouldn't
after
be editing nothing if it wasn't the fact she was married to the filmmaker.
Well, she had a chance. She had a shot. And she
took it. She
did a great job. And then even after they were divorced, she directed or edited Return of the Jedi and Taxi and Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. I mean, she was
Taxi Driver.
Taxi.
Taxi was
movie Taxi.
Taxi was a sitcom. Taxi Driver's the movie with Robert De Niro and Jodie Foster. Look at me. My brain is always working. It's like a computer up here. Not like your brain.
Forehead like that. It should. I hope it's working.
My forehead is that big because there's so many brains to hold in.
Yeah.
Right,
AI fears you, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, this one will tax your mental capacity. Don Schlitz, 73 years old.
Beer. I had beer drinkers. Schlitz beer.
Yeah, Don Schlitz.
He was a
country. He's a country snow. He's a country songwriter.
I thought he was the dude who invented Schlitz beer.
Yeah, no.
That's a loss.
No.
Country western singer. Who cares?
Yeah, no, he wasn't a singer. He was a songwriter.
Oh.
And he wrote The Gambler.
What's The Gambler?
The Gambler is a song you probably heard of. Kenny Rogers.
Is that who sang that though? That was
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. Right.
But,
Yeah.
All right, you
but
got any
Jeff,
more of this?
if
This
you,
is going on.
Jeff, if you do want to put Schlitz into the Via Condios, you can, because actually
Yeah, they just went out of production.
They canned the last can of Schlitz last week.
Yeah, they just closed down. They're
Yeah,
gone.
they just closed down. So
That
it
was
is
a good
dead.
beer.
It's
Good beer.
dead. Okay, and moving on, Ronald LaPred, 75 years old, the co-founder and bassist for the Commodores.
Bassist or bassist?
Bassist. You know, the
For
guy
the
in the
who?
back. The guy in the back. For the
Commodores.
Commodores. Come on,
All right.
sing me the Commodores song.
I don't know any Commodore song.
Oh, man, you are so
You
sheltered.
sing one then.
You are so sheltered.
Just one more. Keep going. 'Cause I'm gonna
Well,
start.
here's
I'm
one
gonna cut
more.
you
This
off.
is the final one. Rob Bass, 59 years old. He was a hip hop pioneer. And what song did he write? Famous
know.
song.
Yeah,
1988.
Yeah, he
It
was-
Takes Two.
That was a big hit.
Well, a big hit.
Big hit. One of the few 80 rappers who wasn't in jail or didn't go to jail.
This is true.
Yeah, or get shot to death.
Yeah, he made it.
Okay, that's it.
All right,
You're
that
out of your
was long. It was boring, but guess what? We're done. It's over. That's it.
Always a positive.
No, it's positive. All right, here's why you don't piss off your wife, or don't. This is another cautionary tale for married men. Alabama woman arrested after calling 911 admitted to fatally shooting her husband. What happens is the cops get over there and they found her 69-year-old husband, Timothy Klutz, Klutts, dead in his recliner
What a way to go.
with a single gunshot wound to the chest.
Yeah.
Now, so he's back there sitting in his recliner by watching America's Got Talent, doing something, just being normal, and then he gets shot. Turns out, so she went down there and they couldn't figure out how the hell this happened. And she first started saying, oh, he was being abusive to me or whatever. So finally, they take her down to downtown, as they say, to the interrogation room. And this is the story of what really happened. 2 weeks earlier, the wife, whose name was Sherry Mitchell Klutz, had open heart surgery. She allegedly told detectives her husband kept coming into her room and bothering her. She went to find him and shot him in the recliner.
Oh, brother, dude. And I love her picture.
Oh, yeah, she's a
Mugshot.
yeah. That's a mugshot. She looks a bit like my prom date, but
Oh,
older.
That was
Oh
terrible.
man, I tell you, yeah, you don't piss off the wives. They can get nasty. Or leave the guns around and loose where there's wives around.
and that was a good recliner. Wow.
Yeah, having a recliner. That guy would, if he would have lived, he'd probably been more pissed that the recliner had a hole in it.
Had a hole in the back.
Died.
Yeah. Get one of
All
those vinyl mending kits.
All right, speaking of pissed off wives, I'm talking to my wife the other day. She comes home. She was out with these girlfriends. They went to happy hour over at a restaurant near here. And she came back and she starts telling me that there's a bunch of these women that were there are older and unmarried. They're unmarried
Yeah.
because their husband either passed away or divorced them. And anyway, so they're in their, say, late 50s, 60s, say early 70s at the top end, and don't have a partner, and they don't want one, is what she's saying. So I'm going, why? I mean, I figure that women get older and they're going to live longer. They'd like to have a man around to do something. Said that no, they don't want to get hooked up with men because all the men want to do that are around when the men get to be that age and they lose their wives, they're just needy. They need someone to take care of them, to cook for them, to drive them to their doctor's appointments.
Do their laundry. Yeah.
And this phenomenon is called mankeeping. And the other terms that were used for it were a labor digger or a hobosexual.
I love hobosexuals.
Yeah. That's a great word.
Hobosexual. Oh man. Now I'm gonna stare straight in the camera here, and I'm gonna look at all the men who are watching this of men of our age. You have to be able to be self-sufficient. Now, me, for example, I can cook like Bobby Flay. I can do laundry like, someone who's a pro at doing laundry. You should see me folding sheets. I can make a folded sheet look like an origami. I can put it together, fold it so it's down like the size of a small little envelope, and put it away. That's how good I am at it. I can change the oil in my car and mix my own drinks. Thank you very much. But so,
And are we supposed to clap now or what?
I was gonna say, are we?
well, so I'm offering, or Paul and Mike and I are offering a boot camp for all you men there who can't do anything.
There we go.
You come and spend a week with us, where Mike and I especially, and Mike will show you how to make squab. He'll even explain what the hell a squab is before he makes it.
It's quail, not squab.
What is squab, by the way?
Pigeon.
Okay. I'm not eating no pigeon.
No, not
I'll have
either.
meatloaf, though. I'll show you how to make a meatloaf that'll just... my meatloaf, you give it to a woman, she'll be in bed with you in 15 minutes after the first bite.
Oh,
and
man.
we'll show you,
I got to stand up on something here.
and we'll show you how to run a Dyson vacuum cleaner. We'll show you all the tricks of the book.
Yeah.
So anyway, so get in touch with us. You know how to reach us at oldpeoplethisweek@gmail.com. You can call that phone number, 310-800-1830. Look on our webpage. You can send us notes somehow. You can go on Mike's LinkedIn, see his pathetic career spread out in front of you. Get in touch with him there. Or mine, for that for example. See Mike in his tutu. But anyway, to get in touch with us, and we'll teach you how to be self-sufficient so you don't become a homosexual and you'll be alone the rest of your life and women won't talk to you.
Or living in somebody's crawl space. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's true. That's where you'll end up. If you don't take it as, if you don't come to hang out with Mike and I, you'll be living in somebody's crawl space. Okay. Now, the other kind of, news for us, well, it wasn't news for a lot of people. A lot of people watch this, is that this past weekend was the spelling bee, the National Spelling Bee.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it's great theater.
It is great theater. It's turned into sort of these kids are not normal. It used to be, when I first started watching it, there was some semblance of a normal kid experience.
Yeah.
Now, they're like, these kids are not. These kids don't misspell. They don't do anything. They're like robots.
Yeah. Well, they're coached and
Yeah.
Training is
What's this kid whose name? Oh, the guy who won it this year, his name is Shrey. Last name is Parikh. And the dude, Shrey, didn't just win it by, out and out. He actually tied with this other guy whose name is Ishan Gupta, Ishaan Gupta. And the two of them were tied at the end of regulation, I guess you would say. So they had to go on their version of OT, overtime, and do basically a lightning round.
Yeah.
Right.
Rapid spelling. Yeah.
And Shrey, he won by spelling 32 words correctly in 90 seconds, a record for a shootout-style finish that was first used in 2022. Check out this little bit of it here.
Enthamine,
ENTHYME,
Iguape,
IGUAP,
Denebola,
DNEBOLA,
Fedodo,
FASDODO,
Coathai,
CYWYDDAU.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't have spelled three of those words right. I would have fallen down on the ground. My brain would have been, liquid would have been coming out of my ears just from trying so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Just name 32 words in 19
Just give me
seconds.
32 words. Unless it's 32 kinds of liquor, I'm not going to know what they are or be able to spell them. This guy, Shrey, became the 31st of the past 37 champions. So almost 40 years. This is 2026. So 40 years would be, I'm going to mess up here, 1996 or whatever.
86. Yeah.
He is 31st of the last 37 champions of Indian heritage, a run that began with Napur Lala's victory in 1999. So not only are these guys robot automatons, they're all of Indian descent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
If you're
And
born,
also, I think a lot of these contestants are like family members. They have like their brothers and their sisters, and they compete from year to year.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but clearly it's interesting that they're all of this one heritage. It's not like they're all Israelis. They're not all
Yeah.
Italian. They're specifically Indian.
Yeah.
So they sit around the house and they practice spelling, like you say,
Spelling
Paul. They
words.
probably
Yeah.
around the table. Okay, you know what the winning word was, by the way? Don't be peeking, Mike.
Bromocryptine.
Right now, look at me, Mike, and now spell it.
Bromocryptine.
Yeah, you practiced all week to getting to know that one.
You throw me a softball.
I'll find you a word next week. I'll give you one you're not going to spell. Find out whatever some word from the past 37 years was that was the winning one. We'll see if you can spell. Now, if you're not American, but you're watching us today, because we have international subscribers from all around the world, I'm going to explain Americans to you in one video.
Oh, gosh.
And here it is. This is what not to do at a kindergarten graduation. You do not come to an American kindergarten graduation and take somebody else's seat. Otherwise, this will happen.
Or this will happen.
Yeah. That brawl was brought to you by the fine folks at some small town in Ohio. By the way, where I went to school.
Probably where you grew up.
Yeah, probably. It was an Ohio Catholic school, and I went to an Ohio Catholic school.
Yeah.
But you don't go messing around with people in the kindergarten graduation. You'll get beat up.
I wanted to see the end of that video, though. I wanted to see the fight continue to see how it came out.
Yeah, the cops probably came. So I don't know if you guys saw this news story. I'll show a picture of this guy. This old dude. I kind of get it, but it's kind of, I don't want to endorse stuff like this, but he evidently he was pissed off about the park where he liked going to the park, and there was always these young people around, and they were always bugging him. So he concocted this crazy looking device that looks like it has got like a bag on the back of it that he's carrying on the back of him, and inside the bag is oranges, like by the grocery store.
Yeah.
And in front, it looks like a lawn, thing that you blow.
Leaf blower. It was like a glorified leaf blower.
Yeah, like a glorified leaf blower, exactly. But he had rigged it up so that it shot those oranges.
Perfect. Yeah.
A cannon.
He would go walking around in this park. I'm going to show you pictures of these 3 kids who got hit. It looks like one kid, their forehead got smacked with an orange, and the girl did and stuff. When I saw this story, I laughed for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I did a bunch of research. Well, not a bunch of I poked around, and it turned out, if you look closely at the pictures, they're kind of weird. It says the name of a kid, the first name, and it says, what does the kid want to be when he grow up? And one kid says a car driver.
Yeah.
And then one kid said a website creator. And then the other one said, I want to be a male doctor. So I think the whole thing was a joke, like a dumb thing, but it still was funny. I walk around shooting oranges at Gen Zers because he's pissed off at them.
Yeah, I dug around a little bit to see if you could put together the components for a device that would shoot an orange like that. And there's nothing you could even carry on your back that would generate that much force.
Although one of those T-shirt cannons at the arenas, something like that could probably shoot something a little bit lighter.
You can't carry around the T-shirt shooter, though. That thing, it sits there, and they get behind it and shoot it.
Yeah.
I had to, besides, if you did that in real life, you'd be in jail.
Oh, you'd be in jail in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Putting welts on kids' foreheads. All right. This is, one of the 2 guys sent this to me. This is really pissed me off, but I was laughing and it pissed me off at the same time, of a Gen X woman who, and by way of explanation, so I don't have to show the whole video, she tries to expense getting her nails done and explain to her boss why you should be allowed to expense it.
I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off right there. Did you expense your nails?
Yeah, I'm going to be client facing next week, and I want to look good for the presentation. They're going to be looking at my hands when I'm pointing to the screen.
I'm sorry, just to clarify, you you charged our corporate card to get your nails done.
This is a business expense.
Yeah, I sent this to you. I couldn't believe it. I was like, if this isn't the epitome of what we talk about.
Yeah, what we talk about every week. Yeah, that's it. I don't. That's self-explanatory. You can't be expensing that kind of stuff. When I was a boss, I had people try to expense all kind of weird stuff, but never, getting your nails done.
No, I love her excuse though, because she was customer facing.
Yeah, customer facing.
I'm going to be customer facing next week.
They're going
I
to
want
see
my nails to look
see
nice.
my hands when I'm, working. The lady at the other end goes, "They're not seeing you. You're up there for 2 seconds. Get out of here. You're not expensing it." And then they find out she has a subscription to it.
Crazy.
That's a good one.
Brother.
All right. Speaking of fashion, reality TV star Queen Mercy Atang arrived at an event in a dress made from over 500 loaves of bread. You saw that picture here. This is incredible.
Yeah, where's the mayonnaise when you need
500
it?
loaves, by the way.
That's an original. Yeah.
It's an original. Original until the rats start getting to you when you're walking around, start eating on your dress.
Yeah.
She was probably schooled in clothing and fashioned by that Jaden Smith. Remember him?
The box head.
Box head. All right, our Florida man story. This one is probably the Florida man story, not only of today, of last week, of maybe the year since we've been talking about it. And I only have to say the headline. Florida man arrested for hanging on a telephone light and pooping on cars passing beneath.
That's already too much information.
Look up and see some guy's bare butt above you. Oh, man. Oh. Okay. By the way, if you have a Florida man story or just a good story of someone acting the fool, record it on your phone, email it to us at oldpeoplethisweek@gmail.com, and we'll air it.
Yeah, with credit.
We'll be the new YouTube. You can just send it to us.
But do it safely. Yeah.
All right, thank you for all of you for joining us today. Remember, we're at nearly 7,000 subscribers, so please subscribe.
Absolutely.
We're going for 10,000. The person who is the 10,000th subscriber will get a round-trip ticket to where Mike and I live. We'll treat you to some bottom-shelf liquor, and when you get drunk, we'll have you on the show.
Yeah, the crowd is stampeding to get pencils, notepads ready right now.
We'll get you so drunk you'll poop from a traffic light.
No.
On the cars in our town, people are not going to like that at all. If you have comments, especially about Mike's shirt there, you don't wear a striped shirt in television, by the way.
This is fabulous.
Tell him, Paul.
This is fabulous.
Tell him, Paul.
Yeah, stripes don't go well on TV.
No, stripes don't
It's
go well.
going
This thing
perfectly
bounces
well.
all over the place, video-wise.
Looks
because of
great.
you.
You're strobing.
Along with my perfect coif. This is a great combination.
Dream on. Okay. You can literally, you can call us. We stand by our bat phone 24/7, just waiting for you to call. I said the number earlier. It's 310-800-1830. One of us will pick up and we'll tell you what you need to know about anything.
Anything.
And you can check out our Substack, 52task.substack.com. Last week I did a parody of the world-famous rap song, The Humpty. That was a classic. Thank you very much. Spent hours on that. That comes from my career when I was the producer of a rap video show. This white man, whiter than white man, was a producer of the seminal rap video show on television in 1980, whatever it was, 88.
I was more amused by your post where you were the bouncer for about 10 minutes at a nightclub in L.A.
Well, not just some nightclub, the Whiskey A Go-Go.
It was a go-go.
Quick story, though. I was broke. I was out of work, broke. I'm walking down Sunset Boulevard, which, by the way, at that time, I had never been to. I only moved to Los Angeles just a bit earlier. Didn't go to the Sunset Strip. Midday, walking down Sunset, thinking about how I needed a job. The front door was open to the whiskey. Walked in, looked around. Manager came over to me. What are you? I said, I'm looking for a job, and I just blurted it out. And he said, no, we don't have anything. And then just before I left, he said, listen, he goes, we got a bouncer position. He goes, you show up and tonight, and so I show up, fill out some paperwork, hands me a flashlight. And he says, on the stage, the band's playing, and your job is to stand over here between these punks that they called them back then. That would get into a scrum right in front of the stage, and I had to stand between them and the paying customers. And that was my job, holding a giant flashlight. And I had, by the way, I had carte blanche if I want to hit a few of them over the head to
Whack somebody.
Yeah. And I did that job for about 6 months. I got hurt, and I hurt my hand in a fight. Quit. Wrote the story about being a bouncer at the whiskey. Sent it in an envelope. I typed it on my, on my little, typewriter home.
A royal typewriter.
Yeah.
Sent it over to the LA Weekly, and they printed it, and then that took me out of poverty. It made a little dough.
Launched a career in journalism and show business.
All right. Well, that's been this show. Once more, I'm going to show the famous picture of me from that glorious night so many years ago. I thrilled her. Probably gave her that brain aneurysm. Was just when she would start thinking about me later on.
Just looking at that brown tuxedo did it.
Brown tuxedo. Same color as what was coming out of that man who was perched up on
No, it's too much information.
All right, that's all she wrote except for Reese here, who's got the Old People This Week quote of the week. Thank you very much. Adios, amigos.
Good night, everyone.
Here's the Old People This Week quote of the week. I cook with wine. Sometimes I even add it to the food. W.C. Fields.
That was a good one. All right, boys, I got to go editing here. Chilling. Go see the cardiologist tomorrow. I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Pass the test.
Yeah. Does he have a heart? Yes.
Does it beat? Yes.
See ya.